Have you ever wanted a game where Goku, Luffy, Naruto, Gojo, or I don't know, Kenshiro are trying to beat each other up and it's very well made? Well, that's what I'm gonna talk about today. So, why can't we have a Shonen Jump game that's actually awesome? Awesome like Jump Ultimate Stars or Battle Stadium DLN? J-Star's Victory Versus was a cool concept, but it felt so bland after a short while, and I don't even want to talk about Jump Force, but I will today. For anyone who doesn't know what Shonen Jump is a weekly manga anthology magazine published in Japan by Shueisha, and it's the best-selling manga magazine in Japan, with a total circulation of over 600 copies. The magazine features serialized chapters from many popular manga series like Dragon Ball, Naruto, One Piece, Demon Slayer, Hunter x Hunter, Jujutsu Kaisen, and so many other good mangas, as well as articles on Japanese culture and other topics. Anyway, I had an idea about concept videos for video games, and I want to talk about this idea that I've been in my mind for a while now. And that's, what if we had a Shonen Jump fighting game in the style of Dragon Ball Fighters? And no, it's not Fighter C, like some people claim it to be. It's pronounced as Fighters, alright? Arc System Works is already very experienced when it comes to anime fighting games. Look at Guilty Gear, Grand Blue Fantasy, or DNF Duel. So it doesn't look so far-fetched to have a Shonen Jump game in their art style. And they already have stuff for the Dragon Ball characters that they can use. I made some mockups to explain better how it could look like as a real game, from explaining how gameplay could work and what characters could be in it, to what the game modes are and how the user interface could look like. For gameplay, they could make it a tag team fighting game like how Dragon Ball Fighters is, or just simply 1v1 like Guilty Gear instead, with maybe some unique gameplay mechanics to make it stand out from other fighting games. In my mockup, I made it a 1v1 because I simply preferred that, but it could have been both ways. Here are some of the mechanics I had in mind. I wouldn't say that they are unique, but more that they suit the context of manga and anime, like how a character is determined not to give up in the most dire situation. This is of course the comeback mechanic, like X Factor from Marvel vs. Capcom or Sparking from Dragon Ball Fighters. This comeback mechanic works only if the bar is full. In order to get the bar to maximum, you have to require damage. The more damage you receive, the higher the bar will be filled until it reaches 25% of your HP. Like Sparking or X Factor, this will also enhance all your stats like speed and hitting harder. And if you finish someone with your ultimate in that state, you will perform a so-called dramatic finish, like they have in Dragon Ball Fighters. Another mechanic I had in mind will be an escape mechanic like in Guilty Gear Burst. The difference is that this will work kinda the same as how teleportation worked in Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3. You can teleport behind someone to cancel out their combo and counter them with a combo of your own, but the opponent can do it to you as well, leaving you open again. This is a mechanic that will most likely be done only once per match. Oh, and I almost forgot, since some characters can transform in their respective universe. Once you activate the combat mechanic, you'll transform into, like, with Luffy into his, spoiler no me form. Goku into Ultra Instinct, Super Saiyan can be a install super, Ichigo into his Mugetsu or True Bankai, and so on with some of the characters. And those who can transform still get the same boost, but it looks like a rage boost than a transformation. So here's a mockup for the character select screen as an indication for what characters could be in the game, cause it's an all-star slash crossover game, you know? And of course, there are more characters I had in mind that I can still name up now, like Saint Seiya from Saint Seiya, Yol Asakura from Shaman King, Tsunayoshi Sawada from Katekyo Heaven Reborn, and that's a manga that you never hear about anymore. It was a really nice one though. Oh, and Koro Sensei, right? As well as a few other side characters like Vegeta, Zoro, Sanji, Sasuke, Dio, Bakugo, Killua, Kaiba, and Gojo, because people really want to see Gojo fight Goku for some reason. Here you have a stage select screen which contains one stage per series that has playable characters to represent the character in his or her area. And to name all of the stages I had in mind that will be fitting are Planet Namek from Dragon Ball, Great Island from Hunter x Hunter, Wano from One Piece, as we currently at Wano in the anime, Konoha from Naruto, the Soul Society from Bleach, Musutafu from My Hero Academia, the City of Aiden from Fist of the North Star, A City from One Punch Man, the Dark Tournament from Yu Yu Hakusho, Tokyo Jujutsu High from Jujutsu Kaisen, Cairo from JoJo Bizarre Adventure, the Demon Slayer Corpse HQ from Demon Slayer, Battle City from Yu-Gi-Oh!, Kabuki District from Gintama, Clover Kingdom from Black Clover, and Stone Road from Doctor Stone. I think that's enough stages for now. More could be added with updates and DLC of course. The mockup for the main menu resembles a manga book and the panels are the main menu options. I also based it off on Super Dragon Ball Z and Marvel vs. Capcom 3. As you can see, the menu options are Story Mode, Arcade Mode, Versus Mode, Training Mode, Align Mode, and Extra. Story Mode is a full-blown story with the cast of the Shonen Jump characters. Arcade Mode is what any other arcade mode is with a unique boss character. Take for example how Marvel vs. Capcom does it, also with character-specific endings, and every ending is a bit of a crossover between two different IPs. Versus Mode, Training Mode, Align Mode speak for themselves. Align Mode will obviously need some good rollback of course, and also a combo trial will be nice to have, so you can learn more on how to play your character. Gallery is very unlocked artwork, cutscenes and other stuff related to Shonen Jump with descriptions to learn more about its history and the IP's histories. And extra, which are perhaps minigames or quizzes maybe that you are able to read, like the first chapters of some of the mangas, like how Super Smash Bros. Brawl had demos for some of the iconic Nintendo games like Super Mario Bros., Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, F-Zero and other stuff. Something like that. Then you have at least something else other than the competitive side of it too. This might give enough content to keep players busy with the game. And to add one extra thing to the user interface for the game, how about the loading screen? The loading screen for my console is about trivias about the series represented in Shonen Jump. I based it off from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate where the same thing is going on. I had another idea as well for the loading screen, and that's to make it more interactable like how some of the Dragon Ball games have. Take for example the Dragon Ball Z Budokai or Budokai Tenkaichi games. For my idea, I thought of maybe a mini trivia quiz game during the loading screen with a multiple choice question about a series and 4 answers where one choice is correct and the other 3 answers are incorrect. Or just multiple mini games where you have to button mash or rotate the stick. The reason why I want a game like this is my love for FGC fighting games and anime/manga. As a fan of Dragon Ball, it was already a big deal that there was a serious Dragon Ball fighting game. The next thing could be a One Piece fighting game, but instead of that, I would rather have both and more series combined. And that's where the idea came from. And of course, my inspiration also came from the other Shonen Jump games I've played. In fact, it's because of those games I got to know a lot of these anime/mangas. I could explain a bit what makes these games so nice. I haven't played Jump Superstars, but I've played its sequel Jump Ultimate Stars, which is most likely the same but better. Jump Ultimate Stars is a Nintendo DS title developed by a company named Ganbarion and released in 2006 only in Japan, which made it hard to get your hands on such an interesting game. The game keeps many features from its predecessor and adds many more. The game had 305 characters, of which 56 are fully playable, while the others were assists, all coming from 41 different shonen manga series. The bulk of the gameplay is based around using manga panels that represent characters to create decks on a 4x5 grid. Panels come in various shapes and sizes, taking up 1 to 8 blocks. There are 3 kinds of panels that can be initialized in battle: battle, support, and help panels, with decks needing at least one of each type and an assigned leader before being playable. Battle panels are 4 to 8 block panels that represent playable characters. They are based on various manga panels and are used to represent what kind of special attacks the characters have. Support panels are 2 or 3 block panels that represent non-playable characters that can perform actions such as attacks, healing, or status effects. Help panels are 1 block panels that can give different boosts to characters they are placed next to. The way the mangas were represented was very unique, from how the stages even look like. You're literally fighting in a manga, and how the touchscreen makes use of the manga panels that are actually drawn in the books is really nice to see. Jump Ultimate Stars is so far the best Shonen Jump game in my opinion, and the best in representing their IPs and having fun gameplay. Battle Stadium DON is a PS2 and GameCube title by Bandai Namco released in 2006 and only in Japan. Similar to the Super Smash Bros. Series, the players are put onto either a moving or non-moving stage, borrowing from Power Stone. These stages have some level of interactivity. Players must then fight their opponents. Unlike the other fighters, DLN uses a combined health gauge that is decreasing the health of one player will in turn increase the health of other players via picking up red orbs dropped from the target's hit, which can be picked by any player to fill their own HP bar. Thus, in order for one player to win a fight, they must make their own health bar take up the entire bar. As such, a fight can potentially last indefinitely if no time limit is set. The one with the longer HP bar in a timed match wins the fight in that scenario. The thing that made Battle Stadium so special was, well, the short answer is because Goku was in it. And all I know was Dragon Ball. And back then, Super Smash Bros. Melee used to be one of my most played games. So yeah, this was the Goku in Smash Simulator. It's funny, but this was the game that actually introduced me to what anime exactly is, and so I fell into the anime rabbit hole. Back then, I didn't even know Dragon Ball was called an anime. J-Star's Victory Versus is a PS3, PS4, and Vita title by Bandai Namco to mark the 45th anniversary of the existence of Shonen Jump. The game was released in 2014 and surprisingly was also released outside Japan a year later in 2015. J-Star's Victory Versus has the same gameplay as Jump Force, but looks more appealing as the art style isn't aimed at realism. I wouldn't understand how that would work anyway, and all I want to say about Jump Force is that it had so much potential, but it didn't go anywhere, and that's a bummer. I remember a few years ago that me and a few other guys were going to the theaters for Dragon Ball Super Broly, and the guy in front of us asked if we were excited for the upcoming Jump Force release, and we kept quiet about it and said nope. We already knew that the game would flop hard. There should be more time put into these types of projects, not just turn into some silly cash grab. Unfortunately, that's how most anime games are underdeveloped. But who knows, maybe someday we'll get a nice Shonen Jump game again. And that's it for today's video. Man, this was a bigger video than I expected. With a lot of personal life things in between, it sure took me a while to get this video done. Not to mention all the mock-ups that I made for it as well. But I enjoyed it. I hope you all enjoyed this video topic. If so, be sure to subscribe. I'm almost at 1k subscribers, and it is thanks to all of you that watches my videos. So thank you very much.